I'm hoping that by sharing this, that this inspires someone. But in 2021, I decided this was when the world seemed to have been opening back up from COVID, right? And a lot of countries were giving out certain visas to, get their tourism back up because that was a chunk of their money that was missing, right? And so I decided on Thailand. And I moved there after just being completely distraught from like everything that was going on in the world. And again, I thought the world was opening back up. And so I moved to Thailand. I ended up spending 10 days in quarantine. And once I passed that, I moved down to Phuket. So I started off in Bangkok and I moved down to Phuket. But anyway, while I was living there, it was literally the greatest time of my life so far. I was 31. I had moved out there by myself, and I found this Airbnb, this super nice but super inexpensive Airbnb. And again, around that time, it was super inexpensive because of COVID. And it was like right next to the beach, so I was walking distance within the beach. I ended up getting a moped, so I learned how to drive that. And then there was this crepe shop, and this woman, it was owned by a Thai woman, and her husband was Italian. And my favorite food at that time was bolognese. And so I loved crepes. So I would go there, get a crepe for breakfast and get like mango juice if I wanted it. And then sometimes for dinner, I would go back for the bolognese. Anyway, greatest time of my life. I ended up, the world continued to open up, right? And so by September of that year, I was like, oh, the world is opening back up. This is my time to like travel throughout because I don't know when I'll be back on this side of town or in this side of the globe, side of town. So I ended up buying a ticket to go to Spain. And then I ended up buying a train ticket to go through the different countries that were in Europe. They have like a great train system there. And so I went from, was it Madrid or Barcelona? Whichever one is down first, and then I think it's Madrid, then Barcelona, then Venice. Venice. Is it Venice? Nope, that's Italy. What's the one that starts with a V in Spain? Anyway, that country. And then I went up to Paris, and then I went to Amsterdam, and this is all via the train. And then I flew, I think, to Italy, or I went from Amsterdam to Venice, and then I flew to Greece. And then I moved to Dubai for 30 days. And I thought I was going to be able to settle there, but it was just extremely too hot. And I didn't feel like, as a woman, that that would be a good place for me. So I ended up coming back to the States. But I'm sharing all that to say, like, the world is open. At that time, I thought, the world is opening back up. It is time for me to travel. The world is open to whoever sees this. You don't have to be just in the United States. The world is open for you to go and explore it. So do that. The greatest thing that you can do for yourself is to travel. I have this method. It's called the Go, Know, and Grow method. Once I go to a place, I learn about the culture. I learn about lifestyle. I learn about myself. I learn about people. I learn about different things. This is all of me knowing. And all of that, I'm able to grow. And I've continued to grow into the person that I truly envision for myself. Right. And I just believe for myself that my lifestyle is supposed to be traveling. Like I don't really care about an address right now. Granted, I am in one and I signed a long lease. I'll probably never do that again. But I don't have to have a set address right now. I just love seeing or being able to see what God has created. And I want to see it to no end. I'm not even joking with you. But the greatest lessons in my life that I have learned have come through traveling. So if you have the means, at least live in a different state. If you cannot go to another country, at least experience a different state. Learn the culture, learn the lifestyle, learn the people, learn yourself, learn things. I'm telling you, it's going to be the greatest. Now, I know people have horror stories of moving to another state and they hated it, blah, blah, blah. But you have to be willing to be uncomfortable to grow. You have to be unwilling to be uncomfortable to actually experience what is on the other side of that uncomfortability. So I highly encourage you to travel. Please, like, Get a passport. If you are in the States, you need one anyway, because they're about to start suppressing the way that you vote if you do not have a passport or your birth certificate. But aside from that, travel, experience life. It's the greatest feelings I've had in my life have come through traveling. But again, like I said, the greatest lessons that I've learned have come through traveling, and I would not give that up for anything. So I'm going to continue once this lease is up, and it's almost up. Thank you, Jesus. But yeah, I'm hoping that inspires someone to get up, go, know, and grow.